time I'd put into that paper, Mr. Kroll knew it was not my best work and helped me to realize that too. I had to rewrite the whole paper. CCA does not accept anything but your best and teaches you to not be content with anything but your best either. Cape Cod Academy not only challenges you in the classroom, but outside it as well. While the small class sizes have been extremely... We're gonna wait for the witness test. While the small class sizes have been extremely beneficial in more ways than I can count, they've also presented a few obstacles. At the time, the obstacles may have appeared as a nuisance, but looking back, I realized that they had taught us an essential life lesson. Things do not always go as planned. For instance, the girls' varsity lacrosse team found themselves shorthanded the morning of our game against our rivals, Commencement Academy, with 11 players, one less than needed to field the team. That would pose as a problem for most students, but not CCA kids. We all rallied together and asked Eddie Youssef to step in as their 12th player. Mind you, Eddie does not play lacrosse, and after that, I am not sure she wants to. Regardless though, we thought outside the box. Here's a group of students working together to find their way around that obstacle and prevailing. This is just one of the many instances that CCA has left us to challenge ourselves and try new solutions to the problem. The skill of communal problem solving is something you cannot go through CCA without acquiring. CCA has taught all of us how to be a part of and contribute to a community. The small grade sizes, the relationships we share, the ability to work together, those are the ingredients of making a community. Another factor that comes into the mix is the ability for people to respect each other's differences. Cape Cod Academy may seem small, but the people who make up the community represent a variety of ethnicities, beliefs, and backgrounds, adding to its uniqueness. Students are exposed to various viewpoints and opinions, oftentimes very different from their own. CCA has taught us to embrace who we are and respect others who do the same. Over the years, all students, although dissimilar, have become close friends and learned that differences are not a bad thing. This is another tool that will be helpful in real life, as you cannot always choose who you work with. Becoming good friends is just a plus. Seniors, take a moment to reflect. Think back on the past 4 years. Compare who you are now to whom you were when you walked into the lower school gym for the first time at morning meeting. I know we've been through a lot together as a grade, but as I mentioned, we had become a family. As we all go our own ways, I ask that you at least remember these 4 things as you graduate from CCA. Remember to be compassionate. Even something as simple as asking how someone is could make their day. No matter how big or small, kind gestures never go unnoticed. A small action can go a long way. Do not forget to challenge yourself. You won't always have a teacher or a parent monitoring your every move and holding your hand. There will be times when you need to take the initiative and stay late at the library or spend that extra hour reviewing those notes you took in class. Scholarship does not end here. It is something you need to carry with you as you encounter future tasks, as you will only accomplish as much as you push yourself to. Respect others. Without respect, life can be very lonely. Life can be very lonely and frustrating. You do not always have to agree with everyone, and I can guarantee you won't, but respect their opinions. Respect their differences, and they will respect yours. Lastly, regardless of the situation, stay true and be honest. Trust takes a lifetime to build and a second to lose. It is not always easy to be honest, but it will be easier in the long run. As Abraham Lincoln once said, no man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. It's true. those 4 things sound familiar? Compassion, scholarship, respect, honesty. If not, that's a problem. Those are Cape Cod Academy's 4 pillars, the ideologies on which this school was founded. 3 weeks ago, I met with Mrs. Johnson for her help and thoughts on this speech. We felt it needed some advice at the end. We brainstormed for a short few minutes before we realized that the advice was already in there. I had unintentionally included CCA's 4 pillars in my speech without even intending to. And that's not a bad thing, I might add. Rather, I felt extremely appreciative that the school had ingrained in me those values to the point that they are the values I chose to share with all of you today. As I mentioned earlier, the class of 2015 is a family. Along with our ups and downs, we have shared compassion, respect, honesty, and even scholarship. While we have spent the last 4 years sharing ourselves with each other, it is time for us to go out and share what we have become with the world. After all, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Thank you.